Okay, Paul. So the purpose of today is to run through all the things that we think are important for making sure that we don't get injury, we can prevent injury, and you're going to help us work through that. So do you want to take us through the things that you think are really important?
Yeah, why don't we start with just the proper posture? As you know, the most important thing really to prevent injuries is that you maintain a really good posture. You sit with a lengthened spine, both feet on the floor, and a comfortable position, and not hunch over the fretboard.
Okay, what about warm-up exercises? Are they important?
Really important. Make sure you do a few stretches so you avoid cramps and so on, and are really ready to play the instrument before you start. It's really good for your muscle activity.
And then, as I understand it, it's important that you're set up well with the guitar.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, you should have the right size guitar and use a good strap if you're playing an electric guitar, for example, and any ergonomic equipment that you might use, for example, for classical guitar. Absolutely.
It's important to take breaks, isn't it?
Yeah, breaks are a really important thing between sessions. So don't practice for too long, but make sure that you are fresh and that you are aware of what you're doing when you're playing. So breaks are important.
And when you're returning to play after injury, or if you're a beginner, how should you progress?
I think you should progress step by step. So start with a few minutes of practice, then take a break, and then gradually increases as you get fitter and stronger.
Yeah, step changes are a common cause, I find, of injury. And how important do you think technique is?
Super important. Without technique, you can't really play something, particularly when it gets very difficult. So make sure that you learn the basic rudimentary techniques, whether you're playing classical or electric guitar.
What about the string height? Is that important?
String height is really important. The string should be as close to the neck as possible, so you don't have to put too much pressure on the string to get a beautiful tone.
And if people can't actually get onto their instrument, what other things can they do?
So one of the things that are really important is that you can do mental practice, and you can actually learn your piece without playing, and that's a really good way of visualizing what you're playing, and you save time and you don't get any injuries.
How much does performance anxiety feed into this?
It's a huge problem for a lot of musicians, including guitarists. So use some visualization techniques and have some realistic thoughts about your playing and the program that you're performing. Make sure you don't play something that you actually can't play technically, because that will induce performance anxiety.
And what about more general healthy habits?
Make sure you sleep, eat, rest well before you play, and take plenty of breaks and lots of exercise.
That's 10 things there. So we've talked about warm up, ergonometrics, breaks, gradual progression, proper technique, good string height, mental practice, performance anxiety, deal with that, and keep yourself healthy.
Yeah, get on with it and enjoy playing the guitar.
Cheers.